All right. Ready a few minutes early, so figured I'd go ahead and get started. Oh, let's turn the volume down on that. I could hear myself out of the corner. Well, welcome to the live stream, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a great day, ready to see some shrimp, ready to talk about shrimp. Hey, Mystery Snail Guardians, how are you? Welcome to the Poseidons Pets live stream. So today, like all my streams, just going to hang out, feed some shrimp, answer some questions, and, just hang out with the community. So who do we got in here? We got Mystery Snail Guardians, Robert Redmond. Hey, Robert Redmond, how are you? And since this is the beginning of my live stream, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to all of my members and thank you all to the new members who decided to join. So, of course, we have Robert Redmond. And then our new members from last week, Bob Moss Nanotanks, Hulk Logan's Aquatics. Thank you guys so much for joining. Definitely appreciate it. We got Robert Redmond, Tater Salad, Jamie Anderson, my lovely wife Amber, and then, of course, Big Daddy Mark from Mark Shrimp Tanks. Brian, hey, Brian, how are you? Got Brian from Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics in here. John from Sharpie's Models and Aquatics. Hey, John. And then One Maldo, One Love. What up? I'm doing pretty good. I figured I would do a little bit of a later stream today. I wanted to sleep in. I had yesterday off and today, and I stayed up until like 2:30 in the morning hanging out with my wife. So I didn't want to get up and stream at 10 a.m. I figured we'll do a noon, 1 o'clock stream and see how it goes. I can help you if you want, John. It was pretty easy. I think the hardest thing was creating all of the little emojis and stuff, which if you have any graphic design knowledge, then you'll be able to figure it out. Hey, Gabe's Aquatics. And I apologize for my dog barking. I don't know what she's barking at. Bob Moss. My God, I stink. Need some deodorant. Thanks for sharing. Here, we'll broadcast that. Bob Moss needs to run to the store, get some deodorant. So I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday and, hanging out, doing nothing. If you have to work, I'm sorry. And as always, if you would like to become a member, feel free to do so. And apparently Nightbot is deciding to throw all of my commands all at once. I haven't changed any of the settings. He's just a little peculiar today. Oh, man, more plant sales. There you go. That's awesome. Bob says he sold over $100 in the last couple days. Can you stop barking? Hey, Daisy, you want to be on stream? Come here. Come see me. She's like, no, I don't want to talk to anybody. John says, can I use a hammer to do it? That's about the limit of my tech skills. Why do you think I don't do editing? It's all right. There's always time to learn. It's not too difficult as far as setting everything up. I just realized I didn't have super chats turned on. So I have super chats turned on now. If anybody wants to send me money, that's cool. I didn't realize that was a button that I had to actually click and turn on. It wasn't turned on. Super chat and super stickers, all that fun stuff. Oh gosh. What did I click on? I'm good. Okay. Hey, Gabe, how are you? Bob says, oh my God, I pulled some hair grass out yesterday and got everywhere. It was gross. So in my live streams, what I like to do is I just like to hang out, chat with you guys, have a good time. And then what I do is I drop some food into the shrimp tank so you guys can watch my shrimp eat, watch them swarm, all that good stuff that we all like to see. So what I want to do to start out the stream is I'm going to give you guys the option on what tank to choose. So go ahead and vote now. Those are your options. Go ahead and pick a tank. We've got the coal tank. So 1 if you want to see the coal tank, 2 if you want to see the crystal tank, 3 if you want to see the tangerine tiger and aura blue cross tank, 4 for the orange eye blue tiger and black King Kong extreme, 5 for the blue bolts. Not good, as bad as a plico. Oh, you guys are chatting up a storm. I'm already behind. Tank looks a little brighter now with less grass. Not as bad as a plico. Gabe says 3. Wants to see the tangerine and blue auras. Yeah, what? John, I can't say that. Did you mean the Black King Kong extremes? You spelled it wrong. All right, we got 3 votes for the tangerine tiger and blue auras. John, you can't come in here. You be talking like that, man. You're talking to my guy all wrong. I'm gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron. I just need to talk like that all stream. So, you guys want to see some shrimp? You're talking to me all wrong. I can't be putting them shrimp on the screen. Yeah, I have a dirted tank. My Neocaridina coal tank is dirted, and I think that's part of the problem. I've got some organic potting soil in there, and I feel like it's causing some issues, bacterial infections, water quality, whatnot. I'm going to have to start over when we move with Neocaridina. My colonies have pretty much been wiped out. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. A soldering iron. I'm drawing a blank on the actor. I can picture him. The quotes from Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt. Want to talk into my mic? Got a backup mic right here. Mic 1, check 2. All right, so I think we're going to do the Tangerine Tiger and Aura Blues. So I can go ahead and turn that off. You guys ready to see some scramp? Want to see my scramp? So we just got to drop some food in the tank, and I need a longer headset. So my food of choice for live streams, of course, Shrimp King Complete. And the reason for that is it is one of their favorites. So it does tend to draw them in a lot more than some of the others. And it's been a few days since I've fed, so they are going to be nice and hungry. So we're going to go ahead and position this camera to be on my tangerine tigers. And what we need to do is need to move the lights so you guys have a better view. We're going to go ahead and drop that food in. Bloop. And of course we missed the camera. Now, next thing, let's add our handy dandy macro lens. Now we wait. And once the shrimp get in, I'll adjust the focus because it's hard to tell what we're focusing on until there's actual shrimp to see there. Oh, that's one thing that's fun about streaming at this time. The topless stream. No, none of that, Brian. Can't do that. Sorry. Got to jump on that only fish page. Just catching up on the chat here. Brian's here. Brian Dotson. Did I miss the topless stream? John from Sharpie's Models and Aquatics had another spawn of bristlenose hatch this week. Must bring back up to 400 of them. 140 bristlenose in a 14-gallon means twice weekly filter degunks. Yeah, I'm sure. Probably lots of water changes too. Big City Betas. Hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Amber, usual Wookiee hugs incoming. Little Ewok. Did my wife jump in here? Did I miss it? Thank God. Gotta leave work early today. Time to do laundry. There you go. So you could do laundry and hang out with me. All right, let's see. Oh, that's worse. That is worse. Look at a little baby in front right there. This chair is very squeaky. I'm sorry, guys. Unless Amber is Big City Betas. Oh, wow. Look how blue those blues are. Those are looking good. And, of course, they're going to move the food all around. These guys are getting as bad as my crystals. They just don't want to leave the food there. I'm not sure if you guys could see it, but there are just a ton of babies in there. I know. Those blues are really, really pretty. Yeah, I'm hoping that after a few generations, we'll be able to see some of the green come through. So I've been talking with some people about crossing these shrimp, and apparently when you cross the tangerine tigers and the aura blue, the tangerine color is going to be the dominant one. So most of the babies are going to come off as that. So I'm tempted to pull all the tangerines out of this tank and let the offspring just grow up, and then have that first generation breed again with the aura blues to see what we get. Or I may just leave this tank and let it go until the new house, to when I could start separating the F1s out, and then we can really start to see some different colors and stuff. One thing that I really like about these tangerines is that they're always buried. Same with the aura blues. This line of shrimp, but they are just very prolific. I've got probably 3 to 4 generations of babies in there right now. They're very light colored, so you can barely see them. A large portion of subwasser. It's all right. Just charge them $40. I don't know what I'm in for. These guys are so cool looking. So what's everybody got on the agenda today? Anything exciting? Anything fish related? I know Amber from Big City Beta said she's going to be doing some laundry. Sounds exciting. Definitely good times. If somebody could do me a favor, you don't have to super chat, but can you just confirm that I did turn on the super chats and the super stickers? So if somebody could click on that and just check that for me, that would be awesome. I'm still a young streamer. I don't know all the tips and tricks. Oh no, she fell in the river. John from Sharpie. I cannot talk. John from Sharpie said, "Gotta wash the clothes from falling in the river the other day, Amber." Could you guys not move the food, please? If you could just stay in one spot, that would be greatly appreciated. You're good, John. You don't have to pay me anything. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. All right. Yeah, so this tank's been doing really well. I'm definitely happy with this project, and the tigers are one of my favorite shrimp now. I can't wait until I can get some super fancy tigers and some of those other cool looking ones. I've got basic shrimp. So what we'll do is we'll watch these guys kind of eat. We'll hang out for a bit, and then we'll go on to another tank. Big City Beta says, next time I'm at LRB's, I want to get a bunch of his coal neos and throw them in one of my 90-yard tubs. Might end up with some exciting things and Lucas always sends me with great stuff. He seems like a nice guy, the shrimp Jesus. Hey, working. Where's the Patreon link? So I have not been using Patreon. What I've been doing is the YouTube memberships because I have too many facets going on, and I can't create content for Patreon and YouTube and everything else that I do. So I've done away with the Patreon. So if you are subscribed to my Patreon, please feel free to disconnect service, and if you want to become a member, you can do so. Patron is Patroff. Yes, it's no longer Patron; it is Patroff. And I may set up a Patron in the future. It's just too many things to manage, and I felt bad because I always forgot to put any content on there, so I felt like you guys were just paying me for nothing, and like I appreciate it. I appreciate the donations and everything like that, but Big City Beta says, I did. I recently moved to Florida, and in my excitement for collecting and clumsy nature, I've fallen into countless bodies of water. It's the downside to going outside. If you stay inside, you're an introvert. You won't fall into any streams. Except this stream. Ah. My dad joke for the day. That looks like a baby blue. You see that? There's a baby blue in the back. Anybody else see that? Tell me you saw that. Tell me you saw that. I saw it. I seen it. Ever kept ocellatus cribs? I'm guessing some as standard cribs, add water, and coconut hut get overrun. I've been pretty busy at work and haven't really had a chance to watch these guys at all, so it's kind of cool to see how many babies are in there. Good morning, baby. My lovely wife Amber is here. We just started. You didn't miss anything. And there's tons of babies in this tank. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for this. That's awesome. Just look at the blues on those guys. Just spacing out, staring at my shrimp. Don't do drugs, kids. Double Amber Alert. That's why I was confused when you said Amber, John, because I didn't realize Big City Beta's name was Amber either. So I'll give a round of applause for my lovely wife. She doesn't make the 10 a.m. streams, but we got a later stream today, so she gets to hang out with us. Yeah, some of those cribs look really nice. I've kind of gone away from keeping fish. Definitely been bit by the shrimp bug, that's for sure. I know it's been a while since I did live streams. I'm kind of liking this weekly stream because we get to hang out, talk to everybody. It's nice through the comments and other people's streams, but it's not the same. Plus, you guys get to see me. I'm pretty sure there's some blue shrimp in there. Those, well, yeah, of course there's blue shrimp. Pretty sure there's some baby blue shrimp in there. Oh shit! You better watch out, John. I'm gonna come get you. Put you on blast here. Look at this smooth talker. Sliding into the stream comments. I was playing around with StreamYard this morning trying to figure out some stuff. I can't wait until I can set up a desktop computer and be able to use Streamlabs. There's a lot more stuff that I could do in there. I can be a real streamer. Yes. There's quite a few of the females that are buried in here. The tangerines don't stop. They'll have their babies and then be buried the next day. Hey, Shrimp Mania, how are you? Welcome to the stream. And they just decided to move the food all the way in the back. All right, let's see if I take this off. Apologize for the glare. Not sure why it's so bad today. That's not too bad of a picture. Could be worse. Yeah, without the macro lens, you could see how many babies are in there. There's tons of them. Let's see. Hey, Ryan, how are you, man? Ryan Z says, "What's up, skinny?" I'm trying. I've been cheating on my diet a lot lately. Sorry, Big City Betas, missed your question. Your audio is excellent, by the way. What mic are you using? Yeah, it's just the $20 Turtle Beaches that I use for my Xbox. I had a Logitech headset and you could hear everything. So in my kitchen, my shrimp room, I've got 2 pumps for the shrimp rack. I've got my sump on the Oscar tank, and then I've got a power head and a bubbler on the tank behind me. So it sounds like a waterfall in this room, but with this headset, you can't hear anything. You can't hear any of that. So I tried that one day, and after that I was like, okay, this is the headset I got to use from now on. Yeah, I want to get a webcam that I can put on the shrimp, so that way I can mess with the focus and stuff like that, because for some reason the StreamYard, it doesn't do the autofocus. I have no way of focusing this camera besides physically moving it in and out, and that makes things a little bit difficult. All right. Ryan says he's just at home sick. I'm sorry, man. What's going on? How you feeling? Gabe's Aquatics. Gabe, if you're talking to me, he says, you try crossbreeding them? Yeah, so this is my crossbreeding project I'm working on right now. I've got the tangerine tigers and the aura blue shrimp, and I'm crossing them, trying to create some green auras or green jellies, whatever you want to call them. So it's going to take some generations, some culling, all that good stuff. And if you haven't already, go check out Shrimp Mania. So he just hit 1,000 subscribers. He's got some really good shrimp videos on there. He's got some homemade tanks that he uses, as well as just got in some, I want to say they were a type of fancy tiger. I could be wrong, but the shrimp he got, they're gorgeous. Least swearing a Turtle Beach headset has never experienced. I'm pretty calm on the Xbox. Well, the audio on that thing is excellent. Also, hello. Always nice to meet other Ambers. Amber Club. Hey, man. Hey, Eric. Eric rides bikes. He says, hey, man, one quick question. I have one 8 to 9 inch albino tiger Oscar, but my wife gifted me a 2-inch tiger Oscar. There's no problems if I keep him in a 30-gallon tank while he grows out for a bit, right? What size tank is your main tank that the other albino Oscar is in? Because a 30-gallon grow out tank, they grow pretty quick, and he's going to outgrow that really quick. John says Logitech is a superb webcam. That's what I use for my streams. Yeah, the C920 is what I think a lot of people were recommending. And it would just be a second camera, so it wouldn't even need to be audio on it. Ambers are pretty much the best. Thank you, Poseidon, for the shout out. Yeah, no problem, man. Help the community grow. Hey, George Khan, how are you? Absolutely. Hi, George. Hey, George. A 150-gallon. Yeah, as long as you're keeping up on the water changes, a 30-gallon would be okay. What I would do is create a divider in your big tank. So get some light diffuser or something like that, create a divider in the 150-gallon, and just cordon off a section of that tank for the new fish. So that way he can just grow out in the main tank, and then the other fish can see him through the divider, and they can all get used to each other. Let me fix the shrimp cam. Now that they're up close again, we can go ahead and get some close-ups. 2 seconds. I'm going to mess with this. I'm a perfectionist. I'm sorry. There we go. Look at that. Squeaky chair. Hey, thanks, Shrimp Mania, for the super chat. You're awesome, man. Definitely appreciate you. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. He said, awesome, man. Thank you. Love your videos. Yeah, I love creating content for everybody. I enjoy it a lot. It started out with me wanting to fill the gaps on YouTube because there was a lot of information I had that I couldn't find any of the information on YouTube. So I was like, hey, I'm just going to go share my knowledge out there and see what I can do. So I definitely enjoy creating content for you guys. And I know my channel has kind of moved away from Oscars and moved more to shrimp, but I'll throw out the occasional Oscar video out there every now and then. Bam. There you go. Now you're a moderator. So how long have you been keeping Oscars, Eric? That one blue aura up front, just super blue. That's what I was saying. This tank is just very prolific. I'm going to have to separate out some of these babies here soon. We'll have to set up more tanks. Let's see what Amber has to say about that. Yes, you're a moderator now. All right, so I'm bored of this tank. I don't know about you guys. How long have we been streaming? A half hour? Yeah. So go ahead. Would you like to be a moderator, Ryan? Go ahead and pick a tank. I put the numbers up front. So 1 for Coal Tank, 2 for Crystal Tank. We are currently on the Tangerine Tank. And then 4 for the Orange Eye Blue Tigers and the Black King Kongs. 5 for the Blue Bolts. Go ahead and 4 for the Orange pick a tank, any tank. Oh, my Oscars are fighting. You be nice, fish. Dang fish. Don't know how to behave. No more tanks in the house. Yes, all the tanks. 4, 5, 5, 4. So we got 4 votes for the Black King Kong Extremes, Orange Eye Blue Tigers. Well, 2 votes. 2 votes each. Who's going to be the tiebreaker? Blue Bolts or Orange Eye Black Tigers, Blue Tigers? 5. 5, 5, 5. All right, Blue Bolts. I need to move around some Salvinia minima and some lights. So I will keep the camera on these guys while I do that real quick. And then give me a couple seconds to just make things better for you guys. Yeah, I need to go through and get rid of some Salvinia minima because it is just blocking all the lights. Look at that guy right there. Come on. Struggle bussing. Once again, Shrimp King complete. I am not sponsored. Unless, hey, Dinner Lady, you want to sponsor me? I feed your food exclusively almost. There's a fly trying to go inside my nose. Leave me alone, fly. Nobody wants you here, fly. So this tank has tons of shrimp in it right now. This is the second Caridina tank that I have set up. So there are tons of Blue Bolt babies in here. Need more tanks. Yes, all the tanks. That just means that's more tanks you're going to have to help me move. I need to get rid of mine too. It's taking off. At least I figured out that it's a plant my African cichlids won't touch. The Salvinia minima, yeah, I like it in the shrimp tanks, but for streaming it takes all my light away. Hey, we'll see you later, John. Have a good one. I can't wait for the new house. Once we get the house, I'm going to be able to set up all the tanks, depending on funds. Yeah, so if you would like to support me and my shrimp endeavors and the new shrimp room and help with my down payment, become a member. Join the Poseidons Pets posse. Feel free to become a member. All that fun stuff. Any of you members in here, go ahead and do an emoji bomb for us. Let's see all those wonderful perks that you get for being a member. I actually redid all the emojis, so they look a lot better now. So check that out. Look at all them. Look at all them scrap. Go ahead and hide this. Yeah, these blue bolts are really pretty. I'm going to have to start culling them here soon. Try to get some more of that blue color. Yeah, look at all them emojis. For the low price of $1.99 a month, there is a fly on my camera. You can have all those emojis right there. So what is everybody's favorite shrimp to keep? Tell me. I would like to know. What is your favorite shrimp? OCD. Please don't move the food. Could you not? Could you keep that on camera, please? Please don't move it. This is why we can't have nice things. Is that a black crystal? Do you guys see that? That looks like a black crystal in there. Yeah, next feeding, I'm gonna have to start culling this tank. But I don't know what they're gonna grow up to, so I don't know if their colors are gonna get better as they get older. Popcorn shrimp is your favorite? Yeah. That's blurry. Oh yeah, look at that. That's better. Hey, Dobo, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, Anthony. Yeah, Anthony was in the live chat before I even started the stream. I was getting things all set up, and he's like, let's do this. There's so many shrimp in this tank. Those babies are getting big too. I've got one really blue bolt in this tank. And I think that's her on the far left. So like most Caridina, these guys will change their colors depending on lighting, depending on substrate, depending on mood. So it makes it really hard to cull because what you think is a low grade is just a shrimp that's being a little moody that day. So you'll go ahead and cull it out, and then next thing you know, you've got this super blue shrimp in your cull tank. You're like, where'd that come from? Dobo says, how's it going? Doing good, hanging out, creating content for everybody, looking at some scrimp. I have one royal blue orange eye in my orange eye blue tiger tank. It's just super blue. You can't even see the tiger stripes. And I think we'll showcase that tank next, so that way I don't have to move the light again. Because if you're just joining the stream, we've already seen the tangerine tiger and the aura blue shrimp cross. So a couple tanks I have left. I've got the orange eye blue tigers and black King Kong extremes, as well as my coal tank and my crystal tank, which the crystal tank is hard to watch because there's so many shrimp in there. They just carry the food away. Blue bolt popcorn shrimp. I feel like it would be like those little dry shrimp you find in the what is it, the Mexican food aisle where they have all the spices. It'd be like that, those little crunchy shrimp. Red, blue tiger, orange eye, or the royal. Oh, regular blue tiger, orange eye. Krill. They just say Cameroon, so it could be krill. Debating on regular blue tiger, orange eye, or the royal, undecided. If you can get the royals at a lower price, those are considered the higher quality. Is Sadie running around upstairs? It sounds like a tiny elephant. Hi, Sadie. What are you doing? Come here. Come here, Sadie. Want to be on stream? Come here, Sadie. None of the dogs want to be on stream. They don't want to hang out with me. Come on, guys. Focus here. Remember, you're shrimp. This is what we're doing. We're live streaming for an audience. You got to stay in one spot. Stay on your mark. Stay on the X on the ground. It's so hard to find good help. The hounds have escaped. Come here, City. Come here. Hi. Hi, Daddy. Hi. Want to be on stream? Come here. Come here, Daddy. Come here. Nope. Dogs don't want to cooperate. Oh, now she's going to play with her toy. So if you hear a bunch of squeaking, it's not me. It's probably my chair. So anybody have anything exciting planned for today on this fine Wednesday afternoon? Any fish-related stuff? I know after this I need to do voiceover for my video tomorrow, and then I got to do a water change on the big tanks. It's been a little bit. And I feel like the Oscars are very angry that I'm sitting in this room without talking to them. I'm not paying them any attention. Or they want food, one of the two. New video tomorrow? Yes, every Thursday at 6 a.m. I stream on Wednesdays and new videos on Thursdays. So you get me twice in 1 week. All the shrimpy, fishy content you could love. That blue bolt right there looks like a cross between a red bolt. It's got some red in it. I've got a couple what I would consider red bolts in my coal tank. They came out of my crystal tank. Yeah, so tomorrow's video is going to be my official my official Black King Kong, orange eye blue tiger cross video. So I'm just going to be talking about how I'm crossing those and got some footage that I recorded of that tank. I actually just found babies in my orange eye blue tiger tank, which sadly I know that they are not a cross between the Black King Kongs because they were buried before I added the Black King Kongs. I finally got to cleaning all of my tanks. I got tired of always looking at nothing but hornwort. Yeah, that hornwort will take over. I actually removed it from all of my tanks. Guppy grass too. Guppy grass will take over. No barking dogs. It is your fault. Because they're barking at you.
No one's barking.
Daisy barked.
What?
Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. She's biting your legs.
I know she is.
Come here, Daisy. Daisy, come here.
Hi.
None of my dogs love me. So how many tanks do you have, Dobo? Nope. She ran away. She knows. She knows. We want to show you off. You scruffy little dog. You have to say hi to everybody. Why are you scared? It's okay. Aw. You scruffy little thing. And say hi. Say hi. I'll put you back down. You don't want to be held. It's like, Mom's in the kitchen. I want snacks. There you go. What kind of fish or shrimp do you keep? Dobo says he has 5 with the 6th one ready to set up. Just tore down your summer tubs for this season. There you go. Yeah, I live in Arizona. I can keep my stuff outside pretty much all year. I had to bring my guppies inside because it was getting too cold. I had lost a few of them. They were starting to freeze over, and it usually doesn't get that cold here. I want to see about getting some extreme blue bolts and adding that to this tank. What? Yeah, you're not on. You won't be on camera. Thank you, Nightbot. If you would like to become a member of the Poseidons Pets posse, join that link right there. George Kahn. So puppies. I'm keeping only Neos as of now. The 6th one is meant for the Caradinas. I'll probably go with red crystal shrimp. There you go. That was what I started with. So I started with a mixed tank of the crystal shrimp and the crystal blacks, which is nice because if you don't have a pure line crystal red or a pure line crystal black, you can actually mix them together and they'll have I assumed crystal red shrimp, yeah. So they'll have babies that are either crystal blacks or crystal reds. That's the confusing thing about shrimp. RCS, red cherry shrimp, or crystal red shrimp. Too many anagrams. All right, so are we bored of the blue bolt tank? Do we want to go to another one? Let's do go ahead and do a 1 if we want to stay on the blue bolt tank, or a 2 if we want to go to the orange eye blue tiger black King Kong extreme. Vote now or forever hold your peace. I should take the macro lens off so you guys can see just how many blue bolts are in here. There's just so many of them in there. Two, orange eye blue tiger. Yep, all right, it's unanimous. Just look at all those blue bolts, though. There's so many of them in there. I was super excited to get this tank set up and have these blue bolts. And now that I've got the blue auras and the tangerine tigers and the orange eyes, and I'm with you. And that's the thing with shrimp is it's all about preference. Just because one's classified as a high grade or extreme doesn't mean it's better. It's just it's harder to get those colors so people pay more. Because like blue bolts like this you could find anywhere. But let's go ahead and switch to the orange eye blue tiger tank. Black King Kong extremes. And I do have some babies in this tank. I doubt they will show up on stream, but we could at least see. I'm going to go back to the macro lens just until they start swarming. Y'all want some food? You hungry now? You hungry? You hungry? Bloop. Did I make it? Oh, so close. Look at that. That was so close. Can't tell if that's in focus. We'll have to wait until we get more shrimp. So that is a black King Kong extreme right there. We'll see how long it takes for them to start swarming. They're usually pretty quick. It's like, I don't want that food. Oh, there was a spot there. It was focused. I seen it. Here they come. All right. They're shy. I don't want to be on camera. Shrimp fight. Gabe says, gotta go. Love the stream. Have a good one. Stay safe. Hey, take care, Gabe. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate you. So this is the moment you guys have all been waiting for. The Black King Kong Extremes, Orange Eye Blue Tiger tank. So I just recently got these Black King Kongs, and I put about 15 of them in there with my 10 Orange Eye Blue Tigers. So these guys are still a little young. They're not full adults. So it's going to be a little bit before I start seeing some crosses. But I really like how they have that kind of diamond shape on their head. And then the white tip on the tail. Haven't seen any of the orange eyes yet. This tank is one of my more difficult tanks to get on camera because I feel like they're not as hungry as some of the other tanks. So these guys don't swarm the food right away like the others, and I'm not sure why that is. The orange eyes do the same thing. It takes them a little bit to come to the food. I should have fed this tank before I put it on the camera, but once they start swarming, then they really get going. All right, now that we got a couple shrimp there, let's see if I can get a better view of them. Back more. What do we need? Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. What is happening? There's an orange eye. Let's try that. Take off the macro lens for a bit. Now that the big female orange eyes are there, they're going to start dragging the food all around. I would say that one's almost like a black tiger. It's like an orange eye black tiger. It's got very little blue in it. Dobo asks, do you use feeding dishes? I've tried in the past, but what ends up happening is they end up just dragging the food wherever. And then for the feeding dishes, it makes it hard to get good footage. So I just try to put it as close as I can to the front of the screen, and then that seems to work. Got a ram's horn moving in. It's coming to steal their food. Can't tell if I need to move back or forwards or... One difficult thing with shrimp is they're so small that the camera always wants to focus on the bigger things in the background. So trying to get them to focus in can be difficult. Do you have to eat food right next to me? Can you guys hear the crunching of my dog eating her dinner? It's like, oh, Dad's in the kitchen. Time to crunch on some kibble. Those black King Kongs are getting big. I'm hoping soon we'll see a couple of them with some berries. Yeah, and like I said, I have noticed some babies in this tank. Just nothing too crazy yet as far as seeing them swarm. I've seen a couple of them back on the filter, but for the most part, they stay hidden. They're still too little to come out and hang out with the big shrimp. Dobo says he's thinking about getting some vampire crabs. Just don't know where to put them. Sounds like you need another tank. There's always room for more tanks. Oh, you can see that female up front is buried. That orange eye. So if you can have one fish, one shrimp, say your dream fish or shrimp, what would you get? Would it be an arowana, a black diamond ray, some fancy crystal tigers? Like, what is your all-time dream fish, shrimp, plant, whatever it may be? What do you wish you could have? Whatever it may be. A zebra pleco. So Ryan says a zebra pleco. Zebra plecos are pretty cool. I thought you had one. Or was that the golden nugget? My lovely wife Amber says an axolotl. Unlimited wishes from the lamp. All right. That's a good one. So I don't remember where I saw this. This wasn't my idea. But if genies are real, wishes are real, you get 1, 3 wishes, whatever it may be. Create a list of things you want and then just hand that list to them and be like, hey, I wish everything on this list was true. And then you get multiple wishes. See, you don't have to stick to the 3-wish rule. You just say it's one wish, like everything on this page, I wish to come true. Unlimited wishes from the lamp. An octopus. Yeah, octopuses are very smart. You got to be careful though, because they'll escape. They'll escape from any enclosure. They can get through holes that are super tiny. Chris, what are you doing on here? You're supposed to be at work. Can't be joining live streams at work. What are you doing? Who would do such a thing? Yeah, axolotls are really cute. Like I would like to have an axolotl someday. I'm just gonna space out and stare at these shrimp. So I'm curious to see what the babies are gonna come out as for these guys, because the orange eyes have that tiger pattern, but they also have that deep blue color, to where the black King Kong Extremes have a deep blue color as well. And then they have that diamond head stripe with the black tail stripe. So I'm curious to see what kind of crosses we're going to have in this tank, but only time's going to tell on what we get. Ryan says Micah's Hillstream loaches are breeding for him. Yeah, he was telling me that his loaches were starting to breed, and I didn't think they bred in captivity. Isn't that something that's difficult? I didn't think the Hillstream loaches were something that really bred in captivity. Dobo says he would love to have a high-grade Sarasa comet goldfish. I don't think I've ever seen those. Some of those fancy goldfish are really nice looking. I've got probably about 10 comets in my aquaponic system outside, and they're decent size. They're about this big, and I love watching them. They're so cool. Yeah, I watched a video on from LRB about the Hillstream loaches. I think it was the one you sent me, to where he doesn't have a filter in that tank. You want to get a biker, a Bishar? I want one too. We should be able to put it in the Oscar tank. We just have to grow it out a little bit. We need an ornate dinosaur biker. That would be cool. And the Oscars are fighting again. How big is it, Ryan? I may have to take you up on that when I set up a bigger tank. Because the Oscars fight enough as it is. I don't know how it'll be if we add something else. Nice. Yeah, that would be awesome. If you're tired of it and needs a home, I'll definitely take it. I think that's worse. I need to get a different webcam. Trying to focus on these guys is. Amber says, I feel like fish just change houses between us, Ryan and Micah. Pretty much. That's what happens when you have fish friends. Dobo says, a few days ago, I saw a really good piece of driftwood on a hike, but forgot to take it on the way back. That sounds like something I would do. Yeah, the only thing we could find when we go hiking is cholla wood, which a lot of the hiking trails are on Indian reservations, so you don't want to get caught taking stuff like that. You'll get in trouble. At least you know where it is, so when you go back, you can go get it again. Did you say scrimp, scrimp, scrimp? Got oil all over my scrimp.
No, I said scramble, scramble, scramble.
Oh.
Daisy was getting on the couch.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera over to the crystal tank, because I am bored of these shrimp. Try to do so without knocking my computer off the stand. Actually, I'm going to set my headset down real quick. Now, this is my oldest running tank, which I have hundreds of crystal blacks and crystal reds in, so this should be a nice one. Yeah, you can find cholla wood everywhere. Now, the only thing about having tons of shrimp in one tank, they are going to drag this food away, and I'm going to have to move the camera about 15 times. So this may be the point where like a feeding dish would be nice. But there's always tons of babies in here, always tons of, as they do somersaults, always tons of buried females in here. And it's always fun to watch them swarm everywhere. They usually end up bringing the food behind this cholla wood, and then they all swarm back there. But you can see there's just tons of little tiny babies in here. This tank is exploding with shrimp. I actually have 2 filters on this one because there is so many. Amber says, it's such a mean cactus. Or if it wasn't such a mean cactus, we could grow it in our yard. Yeah, so cholla wood is actually what's called jumping cactus. And what happens is it can sense vibration. And when it senses that vibration, it sends off its little pods, its little paddles to either protect itself or to procreate. So it'll send off these pods and attach to the fur of animals, attach to people. It's any of those videos you see people pulling cacti off of them, it's usually a cholla. Oh, you don't want to grow it, especially if you have kids or pets or anything like that. Yeah, their spikes have hooks, so they go in and then they just hook in there, kind of like a fish hook. And that's the favorite spot for the shrimp to take the food. I honestly think it's because the water flow just pushes it into that corner. Amber says she sat on a piece as a kid. Yeah, they're no joke. The choya, when they're dry, are nice looking pieces of driftwood, but you don't want them when they're alive. Yeah, I can't wait for the rest of my shrimp to be as prolific as these guys. Yes. Box some of that up and send it to your enemies. So I want to thank you guys all for coming in here and hanging out with me. It's, you know, without your conversations back and forth, it's just me kind of staring at the camera because there's only so much I can talk about. So, you know, I don't mind streaming past the hour mark as long as you guys are still talking, as long as we have stuff to talk about, then I'll keep going. As soon as that chat starts to die and get quiet, then, you know, I'll cut it off. But if we're still in here hanging out talking, then I don't mind keep going. Otherwise we just have dead air. So one thing that I've noticed that has really helped with my breeding on this tank and my other tanks is I use Brightwell Aquatics. I use some of their products, and I add the Brightwell Aquatics black water every Saturday. So I just do 1 squirt of that, and that seems to help a lot. That adds some of the humic acid to the tank, which is good for them. I know Jamie Anderson was talking this morning that his shrimp weren't really breeding, so he started adding vitamin C, started adding some humic acid, and now he's got females that are buried galore, which is nice. Ryan says he appreciates me. You appreciate me. That's so nice. That's so nice of you. Dobo can't grow Java ferns. I've got a couple Java ferns. Let's see. Which way do I lean? There's one in the back behind me on that Amazon sword. Let's not drop my computer. So this tank, I actually have quite a few Java ferns in it. So I was selling those pieces for a while. I just attached some Java fern to the choya wood, and I was selling them for 10, 15 bucks a piece, and they were selling pretty good. Shrimp Mania says you could add catappa leaves. Yes, almond leaves, alder cones. Those are definitely great additions to any tank. And all of my tanks have almond leaves in them. For a 10-gallon tank, I usually add 10 almond leaves. Oh, geez, I messed the camera up. I add 10 almond leaves. Not 10. 2 almond leaves per 10-gallon tank. And I do that probably once a month. As they start to eat, as they start to break down, I'll add new leaves to the tank. Dobo says all the other plants are fast growing, so I'm thinking that they are taking up all the nutrients. If you haven't watched my video, one of my most popular videos and most viewed videos is my truth about Java fern. So I would check that video out. And if you type in Java fern in YouTube, I should be one of the first videos that pops up. I've got that as a keyword locked in. So type in truth about Java fern or just Java fern, and my video should come up. It basically talks about how when the distributors sell Java fern, what they do is they take the rhizome that has a leaf set on it, and then they group those together and tie string around them. So you've got like 4 or 5 rhizomes with like one leaf. So it looks like this nice full Java fern. But if you were to cut that string off, you would have this little tiny piece of rhizome, just one leaf set. And by tying that string around there, you're kind of suffocating that rhizome, which it's not it's not a terrible thing, but it does grow a lot better if you separate them out, and then you have more Java fern to work with. So a lot of times what will happen is folks will get these Java ferns and they'll glue them to stuff without cutting that string off. And then not only is the rhizome wrapped in string, but it's also glued to whatever you glued it to. So one thing that I've done to help my Java fern grow is you cut that string off. It allows for that rhizome to breathe, and it allows for it to take in nutrients. Because if your Java fern is just a small piece of rhizome like this and one leaf set, more than likely that one leaf set's going to die, and then all you have left is this rhizome. So if this rhizome is trapped by string, it's not going to be able to create more leaf sets. It's not going to be able to use photosynthesis to grow. So you definitely want to separate those out so that way you can get it to start growing. That's not it, no. Java fern is one of those plants that it's just very slow growing. It does better in tanks with CO2. If you have a little bit of CO2 in your tank, it's going to thrive. If you don't, then it's gonna be very slow growing. It's almost like Anubias. It just takes a while. Or Anubias, yeah. Looks like we just had some new people join, so feel free to lurk in the background, or if you want to join the conversation. I need more topics to talk on. I can only talk to myself for so long. These guys are just taking over. I wish they would keep the food in the front. All right, let's move on to the coal tank. And then what I'll do is I'll stream for a little bit longer, and then I'll probably jump out of here. Go ahead and drop some food in there. So the shrimp in the coal tank, these guys are pretty cool looking. 2 seconds. So I don't know if you saw it, but that's one of the shrimp I was talking about earlier. So in my coal tank, I feel like I have a couple red bolts in there. So all of these shrimp have come out of my crystal tank. So you can see that they have the crystal shrimp pattern, but it's almost like a rusty brown color. So they're not traits that I would like to pass on to my crystal shrimp. So some of them, though, like that red you see, that would be considered a high grade red because it has just one stripe on the head and then one tail band. So the crystal red shrimp, they've got quite a few different grading scales on there. So it's hard to tell what's a high grade and what's not. Yeah, I think they call those white shrimp or those reddish shrimp right there, I think they call them golden bees. And it's just another form of Caridina. And you can see I got babies in this tank. So all of my shrimp tanks have babies in them right now. So definitely excited for that. It's cool to see that all of my shrimp are finally breeding. They're all happy and excited. Chris says, shh, don't tell me how to live my life. I'm the boss. I started fertilizing a month ago. I'd also like to grow some duckweed. Yeah, you're going to regret that statement. Duckweed takes over. You can see one of those goldens. She's carrying eggs. So that's what I was saying. It's either a golden bee or it looks like a low-grade red bolt. So on my crystal tank, I had gotten quite a few just solid white shrimp. And so I pulled them all out hoping to breed that line and get some different stuff. So I've just been throwing all the coals into this tank and letting them do their thing. So I'm curious to see what the babies come out as. Yeah, duckweed will definitely take over. It's a good fish food, good shrimp food, but it'll take over for sure. You've been trying for almost a year with no success. So for floating plants, if you have a lot of water movement, a lot of surface movement of water, then they're going to struggle. So floating plants don't like heavy flow. They don't like overhead water. So if you have a hang on the back filter or if you have a power head, something that's circulating that water quite a bit, it's not going to do well. Because in my crystal tank right now, I've got a little bit of duckweed, but for the most part, the flow of water prevents the floating plants from thriving and reproducing. Salvinia does fine. Yeah, it's not every day you hear somebody struggle with duckweed. It's usually, how can I get rid of this duckweed? Once you figure it out, though, you're going to be like, why did I ever want this? There's quite a few buried females in here. Some of those babies look like they're got very little color, just straight white. And that's what I would like. I would like some of those goldens because then you could start crossing those with some other stuff too. Oh, there's tons of babies in there. That's awesome. Haven't changed water in 3 months once. My nitrates were still 0. I'm thinking that's the problem. Yeah, it could be if you have a lot of other plants in there. But I feel like duckweed could grow in tap water without any nitrates at all. It doesn't require. I could throw duckweed in a tub outside and it survives. Do you have soft water, hard water? Because I feel duckweed does better in the hard water. But I don't think it really matters. It'll grow anywhere. There's a cherry shrimp in there. How'd you get in there? Using tap water. Yeah, I couldn't tell you, man. Duckweed is usually not a problem plant. Yeah, so the shrimplets you see in here, this is actually the first round of babies I've had in this tank because all these shrimp were pulled from my crystal tank and they were all juveniles when I put them in there. So they're finally mature enough to berry up and have some babies. Yeah, you shouldn't be having any problems. You could always try to fertilize some more and see what happens. For being a coal tank, I feel like the shrimp in here are really cool looking. Like, even though it's considered a coal tank, like these guys, I love the different patterns and variations they all have. Just got to cross them all together and see what happens. All right. So does anybody have any questions for me? All right. Anything I could answer for you. What kind of question do you have? How can I assist you? What kind of question do you have? How can I assist you? What kind of question do you have? How can I assist you? Let's see. Ryan says, go, Cherry, go. Amber says, yes. What's for lunch? Chipotle. Let's have Chipotle. Shrimp Mania asked, do you sell your shrimp? So right now I'm working on getting my colonies up to speed for breeding and selling. So what you see here is just a couple of the breeding projects I have, as well as once I move, we're building a house right now, and hopefully it's done by December. And once that happens, we are actually going to be setting up a room specifically just for fish and shrimp. And I'm going to be breeding them, as well as setting up a website to sell them. So I will be selling my shrimp here pretty soon, which I'm excited for. So Dobo asks, are you planning any new tanks? Oh, that was a struggle. Are you planning any new tanks? Yes, I am. So like I said, we are going to be setting up a shrimp room, and I am going to be getting a pretty decent sized rack that I'm going to be putting a bunch of shrimps on. So for that, I'm definitely excited for it. So I'm going to be getting one of those like industrial racks that you can put, 7-10 gallons on each row, and has like 4 shelves. So I should be setting up like 30 more tanks or something like that. It's going to be a slow setup. I'm not going to, go drop thousands of dollars into this right away, but I'm going to slowly increase the shrimp room, slowly increase the types of shrimp that I'm carrying. So that way I can start breeding and selling and get things going. Ryan says soup. What's the lotto numbers? Lotto numbers?
What is it? 4, 8, 16, 22?
4, 8, 16, 23, 42. How are the chinchillas doing? The chinchillas are doing good. We had to separate them. They were fighting too much. So we have them separated into their own enclosures, but they're definitely a lot happier now that we have them separated, because they were not getting along. They were just fighting, and it wasn't cool. One of our chinchillas, Stitch, my little Stitchy boy, he likes neck scratches, so you can scratch his neck, and he, just like a dog, he leans into it. He's not big on being held, but you can pet him, and you can kind of pick him up when he wants to. He's definitely moody, and some days he doesn't want to be touched. Are you kidnapping a guinea pig?
Yeah, Delilah. She wanted to see a picture of Delilah.
Oh. Oh my gosh. You're crazy haired.
Oh, she's good. Oh, good.
Oh. Can you show her off? She's scared.
Okay.
There you go. There she is. Look at this crazy hair. Crazy hair. Crazy hair pig.
You gotta cut her butt.
She got long hair.
Uh-huh.
She needs a bath. Amber needs pics of Delilah. Sup, dog? What's going on, Jamie? You just got the end of the stream, man. Any oddball critters you want to get? So we want axolotls. I think axolotls would be really cool. No, not off the top of my head. I can help you when we're done.
I don't know if they're back.
It's fine. Should be okay. If you put her back. Grab her again. There's the kitchen scissors right there on the fridge. She's got a hairball on her butt. She's trying to cut off. Yes, we have 3 guinea pigs, 2 chinchillas, 2 dogs, and then a whole mess of fish. All right. Jamie says he can't watch, but he can hear. So I'll just talk for Jamie. Hey, what's up, Jamie? How you doing, man? Yeah, she's a little fluff ball. She's got all kinds of hair on her. Yeah, today's the day that we clean all the cages and water changes and all that fun stuff on top of creating content for you guys and streaming. And I don't know why I do this to myself and make Wednesdays so full of stuff. So shameless plug. If you guys would like to become members, you can help support me, help support all of my animals, and all of the proceeds that I get from super chats, all the proceeds that I get from memberships go straight back into the YouTube channel, go straight back into the fish room and everything that I do with my animals. So definitely appreciate all of your support, and anything that you contribute, like I said, it all goes back in there. Don't feel obligated by any means to give me money, anything like that. I appreciate the support, and do what you want. Dobo says, will your new house have a yard? Yeah, our backyard is actually massive. So our new house, the backyard is pretty big, at least for Arizona backyard standards. So we're super excited for that. The dogs are going to have a backyard to play in. I'm going to be able to set up my aquaponics and a garden and do everything that I enjoy doing. So I can't wait for that. They just need to hurry up and build it. So if you guys can go to the Suez Canal and, unblock all that stuff going on there so we can have our electronics shipped back over. Hey, no problem, George. Thanks for joining. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream because, like I said, I do have a lot of stuff going on today. And as much as I love hanging out with you guys, I've got to go do stuff. I don't want to do stuff. So thank you guys so much for being a part of the stream and jumping in here and talking with me. Definitely appreciate it. And me and Jamie have been talking back and forth about different stream times, trying to include everybody, because when I do my 10 a.m. streams, it's 7 o'clock in Norway. So, overseas it's 7 p.m., which is a good time to stream. But maybe if I can do something here in the afternoons or evenings would be nice for everybody in the States, everybody in the Americas, because it's hard to get up at 10 a.m., especially on a Wednesday. Everybody has to work. I work sales, so I've got Tuesday, Wednesday off. Everybody else is working. So I may switch things up, do a stream in the morning, do a stream in the evenings. We'll see how it goes. Kind of play around with things. Once I figure out what time is best, though, I will probably keep to that schedule because I'm a creature of habit and I like schedules. So definitely appreciate you guys all for coming in here. And always, thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye. Bye. Bye-bye.